Okay, so I just bought this fifth wheel RV and it needs some work. And this one's been lived in its entire life, so the slides have been out there since it's been new. First thing I noticed is these slide seals are in really bad shape. I mean, there's not sealing much at all. Which, when they're open, there's another seal on the inside, so it's not that big a deal. But it does keep bugs and other stuff out. I've already took the one off the bottom. But I looked around trying to find where I can replace these. And this RV has 3 slides on it, so I'm doing some other work on it, you see. But it cost me about $400 to put these factory seals back on, and I don't want to spend that on them at all. You can see this one here, I've already taken the old one off, removed it. I still have to do some scraping to get some of this silicone they had on there off of there. But I'm going to show you how to replace these for much cheaper than that. These ones on this side aren't nearly as bad as the other side, or at least this one's not, but I'm still going to replace them all anyway. So the product I found that I'm going to use after looking all around trying to find a seal that would work that has a wiper on it, which was really hard to find other than go with the factory ones. This is a garage door seal for the bottom garage doors. This is a bulk pack. I think I bought this at Amazon or Home Depot, I can't remember for sure. There's 100 feet of this over here. I believe I paid around $45 for it. And you see, it does have, it's pretty much, the whole thing's pretty much a wiper. I can mount that flat part on the RV, and then this wiper part right here will be my wiper against the slide out. So I'm going to see how good it works, show you how good it works, and save hopefully both of us some money. So that comes in a continuous roll, it's 100 feet. And I just leave it in the roll like that, glue it on, string it out as I go, and then cut it off when I get to where I need it cut off. I'm not gonna make you watch me pull this whole thing off, but here's how I got it off. I just took a scraper like this, putty knife, and scrape behind the glue. And I pull on it at the same time. It comes off fairly easy. So the weather stripping I removed was glued and screwed, so I'm going to do the same, put it back on. I'm going to glue it back on. I'm going to use this Gorilla Glue. I'm using it in the caulking tube, just because it's going to be easier, I think, to stick to the side of the trailer than the little bottle. And then I'm going to use these 3/4 inch Tech screws. They have the large pan head on them. As you can see, the head has a big surface area. Do a lot better, it'd be a lot less likely that the trim pulls off or the head or the screw goes through the molding. So I don't have a cameraman today, so this is kind of a pain in the butt for me to hold this iPad and try to show you this at once. But the original seal that was on here, the factory one, is glued and screwed, so it has a self-sticking back. The one I bought, this garage door seal, does not have that. See, it's just the same all the way around. There's nothing to hold it on. You have to have your own glue. So I'm going to glue it and screw it just because that's the way it was before. So I'm going to put my glue right up against this seal. I already put some of it on, but right up against this seal right here. So the glue hopefully will squish into there and prevent any water from somehow getting into that inside of that trim where the wood is. So let's see if I can do this with one hand here. I've already put a little bit on up there. Let's see, I'm gonna. And also, when I did another piece I already put on, the glue works really well. Oops, for holding the trim in place, or the weather stripping in place while I screw it. And I'm not gonna be able to do it while I'm holding this, but I'll show you the piece I put on earlier. That's the top. You can see it's I don't know if you can see it that well, but see it's really flat against the top of the slide, so there's no air getting through there. And I'm gonna go up on the top and take, and afterwards, this is all glue and it's dry because I put it in yesterday, but I'm gonna put some silicone, clear silicone, on top of this, a bead of silicone across the whole top of that, just to make sure any other water can't, even though that glue's in there, it's probably sealed pretty good. I'm gonna put a bead of cleared silicone along the whole top of this, just on the top, not the sides, just to even though it also has this weather or this rain drip pan up here. But I live in Nevada, and whenever it's raining, it's often windy at the same time, so rain will come in sideways, and it will find a way to get in there if I don't make sure it's sealed completely. I want to get to this other side. This garage door seal is unidirectional. What that means, it only has the wiper, the large wiper, on the one side, so I can't put it this way and bring it from the top down. If you can see that, the way the wiper is. So it has to go this way here. From the bottom up. This one has to be from the bottom up to have the wiper on the right side. I don't want to cut the roll first, so I just put the roll right up on the roof of the slide and let it hang down. I've already got my glue there. Just let it hang down here to see how much I need towards the bottom. And I'll just stick it on just like that. This glue. Just like so. I'm gonna stick my screws in. Just go all the way up. Okay, I'm trying to put my screws about every 8 inches. I think is plenty adequate with the glue. Just kind of go in between them and press down when I'm done to make sure all the glue's, you know, going to be a good seal in between the glue. And then at the very end, I'm going up at the very end just to make sure. And I left this a little bit long to go over because I'm going to come back and put the other piece on. And I'll take my razor knife and cut those both at one time to make a clean edge, like probably a 45 coming down this way. Sorry, I only have one hand. But put this one up against the bottom. Just keep going all the way around until I run out of material or have no more slide to seal. Now that I have the glue here, let's see if I can do it with one hand. I can just push this seal. Just kind of hold it, push it up against the slide. Then come back with my screw gun and put my screw in. So I'm able to do it by myself. Just keep doing that all the way down. And this is what it looks like after this one's done. You can see it's really tight and secure. I mean, very little air. Definitely no bugs are going to get in there. Let's see if I can get a close-up of it. It's really, really tight up against there. And this stuff's pretty flexible too, so should be, I think it's going to work just as good as the original one that costs a few $100s. And I'm too cheap to pay that much.